Well, Alex, multiple listings are still holding strong. Cash offers are definitely dropping.
And off-market listings are basically non-existent.
Yeah.
Dana, what is going on?
It is June 18th, and welcome to another episode of Real Estate Marin with Dana Williams, the place you need to be if you're looking to buy or sell real estate in Marin. Let's get into it, Alex.
Awesome. Dana, welcome to the summer. It is finally starting to warm up. We actually have a wonderful day out today on Broker's Tour.
81 degrees.
Wow. First thing I'd like to hop into, single family residences this past week. Mill Valley saw 8 new listings, 2 sales. Marin saw 59 new listings, 30 sales. If you recall last episode, big point of discussion was how many of these listings are just active listings that are just currently on the market. We saw an explosion in March and April. It's starting to flatten out, but this number is still very, very elevated. Is there, what can you tell us about this?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're in the 460 range.
Yep.
Current listing last year, I think at this same time around 250, 260. Yeah, I mean, we talked about it on last episode. We saw later, market homes coming on, whether it was a wet winter, whether sellers, what held them back. But as you mentioned, April, May, we saw a big jump in new listings. Sales was happening at a similar rate to last year. Actually, in fact, a little bit more, even like 8 or 9% higher. But again, just that increase in listings. And why is that the case? It's hard to say, but I mean, there's lots of factors, possibly sellers just finally like, let's get on, whether the wet winter. But yeah, that's where we're at.
We kind of wanted to spotlight 2 properties right now that are showing maybe this dichotomy that we're referencing in some of this data here. The first one's 610 Wanda Lane. This is in Mill Valley. This was only on the market for like a couple days, right? Went for 8% over. You would think with so many active listings, is stuff like this, like how is this still selling so quickly? Or
we talked about real estate and location. I mean, this one, it was in a location. I mean, a nice location, don't want to speak, but it wasn't like close to town, which typically notoriously stats and data show are selling for a higher price per square foot. But it was single level, it had a yard, it had a garage, the interior features, it checked all the boxes. And it was high-end quality. It speaks to the market here in Mill Valley, in Marin, where people will pay for that. So again, they priced it well and it popped. And yeah, I mean, then at the same point, the confusion comes from another property. What's the address again?
145 Marlin Avenue. This is right up above Boyle Park. It's a little bit on the hill, but not too far up. We walked into it last month, and I walked away. I loved it. I thought it was great. I know you had some really cool stats because there was something in that neighborhood that sold right outside of the pandemic, right?
Yeah. So yeah, we walked into it. I mean, yeah, the light. Got views of Mount Tam. It was close to Boyle Park, so great location. It needed, working, but I felt it was priced accordingly.
It was livable too.
Yeah, you mentioned the home during COVID, during the COVID boom, just down the street, sold for like 1,600 square feet. I think this one was in the 750 range.
It was like 770.
Although it was bigger, so almost twice the size, so that kind of plays into that. But again, it didn't sell. I think just today, I actually showed a client yesterday. I put it in front of them saying, this is a great deal. Like it's almost like, I think 3,800 square feet for 2.9. And with upgrades and stuff, I think that could be a close to probably, definitely $4 to $5 million property in a great location. But
here we are 33 days, whatever, on market later, and it just hit pending, I think, today, right?
Yeah. And I think, that kind of also speaks what we talked about, like summer, what's going to happen going forward.
Right.
And, local market chatter. I mean, I've heard some, some other colleagues who have been doing the business for 40 years. There's no specific trends. So the idea is like, let's prep the home as well as we can. There are buyers out there. It's summer, it's slower, but put it on the market and let's see what happens.
Right. I think that covered just about everything we want to talk about today, right?
I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's good. It's another episode of Real Estate Marin with Dana Williams, the place you need to be if you're looking to buy or sell real estate.
And
Alex?
if you need any information on the local market, call my guy. His phone number is right down here. And
Thanks, Alex. Thanks for another episode, and
We'll see you next time.
next time.